Welcome to the best channel, Random Kids.
Today we're going to explain about the history of mirror and the components are used for them. Alright,
Enjoy!
enjoy the video, bye! So first, we're going to explain about the history of mirrors. First, we have the nature and stone era. In this era, we still use still water.
Bro has the
To see the refraction of themselves. But in 18,000 years ago, started using obsidian to make a mirror by making them smooth to reflect their reflections. But then later, the Chinese and Egypt people, they started using copper, bronze, and silver. They would polish it for hours just to make them reflect their reflections.
So the second era of the mirror is the first glass mirror that is founded in 2000 years ago in a place called Sidon. They introduced the first glass mirror. They were small, thick, and dark because the glass was not fully clear. They had to put a lid onto the back of the glass to make them reflective, since the material are rare and they take time to make. Only the wealthy ones could afford to own one.
So back to me. Now we're going to talk about the Venetian secret era. In this era, during the 1500s, glassmaker on an island called Murano in Venice, Italy, they had an advanced technique to make the glass, which is made to a secret that was forbidden to leave the island at any cost. This process used a mixture of tin and mercury, which is very dangerous to make them reflective. Since they are very high quality and hard to make, it's more expensive than gold and only the wealthy can buy it.
So the fourth era, we have the modern invention. In 1835, a German chemist named Justus von Liebig made a big change. He invented a process called silvering process, which was much safer than using mercury, and it also created a reflection that was brighter and more accurate.
So next, last era, we have the mirror today. This is one of the examples of mirror today, and we still rely on the Liebig's idea. We usually use aluminium instead of silver because they are much cheaper. Most modern machines today can spray a perfectly even layer to the metal onto the glass in seconds, which causes production to be faster for mirror factories. And we not only use mirrors to see a reflection of ourselves, but we can use it also for car headlights, telescopes, and more things that are important in our lives. So now we have the chemical component. First, we have the substrate process, which is the process where the bulk of the mirror happens, which is a higher quality of glass. The components to make the high quality glass are silicon dioxide, sodium oxide, and calcium oxide. Next process, we have the refractive layer. In this process, the functional base of the mirror. It is used to make the glass reflective. We have silver, aluminium, and gold. Next, we have the bonding and protective layer. In this part, metal cannot naturally bond with glass, so we use these components to make them combine together, which are sanitizer, activator, backing, and paint or sealant. That's all for the components.
So the silvering process is a covering of surface that does not conduct electricity, like glass, with a very thin layer of shiny metal to make a mirror. Mirror usually use aluminium added in a special machine, but the word silvering is still mostly means using a chemical reaction to put a thin layer of the silver on the glass. So that's it for our explanation. Me and Alvino, thank you for watching our video, and we also have the biography here. Thank you.
So next, we have the physical properties of all of the components. First, for the structure process, we have silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide has the physical properties of hard, strong, stable, transparent, and heat resistance. And one more from the structure are calcium oxide, which has a stabilizing, strengthening, and durable water resistance physical properties. Next, we have the refractive layer process. This process, which are commonly used, are aluminium, which is a reflective, protective, lightweight, and corrosion-resistant physical properties. And the one that is not really used are gold, because it's too expensive, which contain a property of unreactive, corrosion-resistant, infrared, reflective, stable, and durable. Next, last, we have the bonding and protective layer. This process includes chloride for bonding, activating, surface preparing, and adhesive helping. And then we have palladium chloride, which is used for catalytic, reaction speeding, activant, and efficient. And last, we have polymer paint or lead, which is sealing, protective, blocking, stretch resistant, and insulating physical properties. That's all for physical properties. Thank you.